everybody, it's me, Kathy. You know, the last time I went to the farmer's market, I not only bought the locally made boudin sausage, but I also got some locally made cranberry goat cheese that I've been wanting to do something with. So today, I took a pork loin, and sliced it the long way down the middle, stuffed it with the cranberry goat cheese and some cranberries. I put a little spinach in there too, just because I had just a tiny bit to use. And then 2 times ago, when I went to the farmer's market, I bought some beautiful shelled pecans that were also local. So I crushed those up and I crusted the pork tenderloin, the stuffed pork tenderloin, with those pecans. Baked it in the oven, sliced it up, came out really good. And recipes on the website. Video is here. Enjoy. The first thing we're going to do is to prep our pork. We have a nice pork tenderloin here from, I can't remember where I bought it. No matter. We're going to lay it out on a cutting board on a piece of parchment. And we're going to slice it all the way down the middle, the long way, almost all the way through. We're going to open it up. And then we're going to cover it with another piece of parchment or plastic wrap if you don't have parchment in the house. You cover it to keep the meat from flying all over your nice clean kitchen while you're pounding the heck out of it. So we're going to pound the heck out of it. And pork is more tender than the steak we did a while back, but you want to go around the edges, down the middle, and around the edges to make sure it's a nice even thickness of about 1/2 inch. And then we're going to season it with salt and pepper. Now we're going to take our locally produced cranberry goat cheese and some dried cranberries, and we're going to spread the goat cheese over the meat. This one was pretty spreadable, so it was easy to do. Some goat cheese might be more crumbly, so a crumble rather than a spread is okay because it'll melt when you're cooking it. And then you're going to top with the cranberries. Now, I had a little tiny bit of spinach in the refrigerator that needed to be used, so I decided to throw that in too. You don't have to do that, but I thought it would be a pretty color. Now we're going to tuck in our ends, roll them up a little bit, press them down into that goat cheese, sort of stick it to it. And then we're going to roll up our pork tenderloin. Now you could tie this if you wanted to. I don't have any string, so I didn't do it. But we're going to take some local pecans, or store-bought pecans, any kind of pecans you want, or walnuts, and we're going to break them up. You can do this on a food processor, or you can do it with a mallet like I did. Then we're going to take a couple of eggs and beat them. And then we're going to set up our station to adhere our crumbs and our nuts to the pork. First thing we're going to use is flour, and then our beaten eggs, and then our broken up pecans. And we're going to start at the beginning, which is with the flour. So we're going to dredge our meat in our flour. You want to keep rolling it so that that seam on the bottom stays closed. And now we're going to dip it in the egg. I sort of rolled it from one pan to the other just to sort of keep it so the stuffing doesn't fall out. And same procedure, I sort of rolled it into the pecans, and then I just pressed them and pressed them and pressed them until they were well adhered to the outside. And now we're going to prepare a baking rack by spraying it with some ham. Now you want to cook this on a rack so the meat doesn't get gushy on the bottom. It stays crisp all the way around. And we're going to put the pork tenderloin on top of that rack, spray it down with some ham to give it a nice brown crust. We're going to bake it at 350 for 45 minutes, and you all wish you had smell-o-vision while this thing was cooking because it smelled amazing. And it came out crunchy and beautiful, and it tasted real good. So pretty. And serve it with some sides and enjoy it.